Welcome everyone to the Locked Up RC channel, Monday night live stream. I am your host, Patrick Norton. Tonight we are going to build, okay, maybe not the whole thing tonight, but we're going to get started on building an SCX10-III. I hope you'll stick around. So it's been a while since we've done a live stream. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Thank you for your service, those of you that are in the military, and thank you to all the first responders and frontline people that are dealing with all this virus crap that I'm not having to deal with. So, well, I guess we're all having to deal with it. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We are here for this truck. I have not built one of these. Welcome, Josh. Hi. I have not built one of these. I have not looked at the instructions for these. This kit is unopened, so this is going to be, I guess, as close as I can make it for you guys as just somebody that went to the hobby shop, bought one of these, and is going to bust it open. So, you know, there's not a whole lot. There will be a couple of small things that I'm sure I'll do different than other people. You know, some things, you know, that maybe aren't like part of the kit may get thrown in. We'll talk about these later, but you know, I like to tease you guys. Did it come with a dancing unicorn? Oh my, Jackie has had a lot of fun with the dancing unicorn pictures that you've been asking her to draw. For those of you that don't know who Jackie is pretty much the majority order fulfillment engineer, master, whatever. Excuse me. Oh, did I not bring water? Can't not have that. Because, you know, even though it's been a while since I've done one of these, I know my voice is not going to last for however long we're going to do that. Let's see. Hi, Adam. So, a couple of things off the top. Facebook has a slightly different format for those of us that are creating content versus the last time that I did this. I've been avoiding switching over to their new thing, whatever you want to call it. I had to tweak some stuff today. The computer has been very disappointed with my choices. I fully expect this camera, I think, is going to freeze at some point. We'll see what happens. Whatever. So, opening the kit. Man, I don't have as much space in the studio as you might think. When it comes to painting the body, so probably what's going to happen is this will take a couple of shows for me to build this truck. Some things won't happen in the studio. I am not going to be spray painting this inside. I will be painting it some color, I don't know. Tires. The tires feel rubbery. That's what I can report so far. No, but if any of you guys have built one of these, feel free to chime in. I have not, you know, I should have put another table over here. I meant to do that and I didn't. I'm not using the be right back thing tonight. What's up, Noel? Let's see, bag H1. I guess I should probably look for the instructions first before I start just pulling things willy-nilly out of the box. Madness. Bunch of stickers, decals, I guess, technically. Let's see. This is the good stuff. The instructions are good, hopefully. Let's see. I'm going to... I know I'm not... Yeah, I don't know what just happened. Did I hit something? What happened? I must have bumped something, or the computer... I don't know. Issues, as I said, will probably happen because I've had to change how I do some things. So, some light reading. 67 pages of instructions shouldn't be too big of a problem. Let's see. They smell good in that weird, you know, marker sniffing good kind of way, if you like that sort of thing. I will do my best to keep up with comments, but I'm already slacking. Hey Josh, could you talk me into making some stainless steel rotor weights for A08 wheels? You don't really have to talk me into it. I actually already have some drawings and plans for different things. It's not a matter of anyone talking me into it. It's a matter of having the capital and the machine time to do it. But we are working on things. So there will be lots of new things coming in the next couple of months. We are slowly kind of getting, I guess, a little bit of our supply chain back. Some shops are starting to come back online, materials, things like that. So hopefully things will kind of normalize over the next couple of months. But it's going to take some time. So, open bag A1. I mean, that seems like a good place to start. I see bag A. Hopefully it's in. So, oh. Is bag A the same as bag A1? Oh, okay. Sneaky. Bag A1 is inside of bag A. You gotta be careful with these radio control car things, you know. Oh, I need a garbage can over here. Let's see. There we go. Garbage can, brown paper bag, whatever. Oh, so many things need to happen. How is everybody else doing? What are you guys working on? There's not going to be a whole lot of format to the show. We've got a dad joke that we'll throw in at some point. But for the most part, this is really just going to be me sitting here building this truck. So if you guys have questions, comments, whatever, feel free to please chime in. Hey Jake, what's up? It has been a while, yes. With the whole lockdown thing, we got so busy, I just didn't feel like I could put together a good show. Axles. I have made some changes. Let's see, I think I have everything turned on. You know, I mean, when I used to do the stream, I was making a change every week. I did the same recently, or not recently, for this show. These definitely feel like, man, I wonder what... So if you haven't seen these axles yet, I'm just kind of eyeballing the... So the material on the diff cover feels, looks different. I guess than the 10-2. I mean, I'm sure the fit is the same. It just looks like a slightly different material. Not sure about the housing, but the diff cover looks different. I don't know where my box of 10-2 parts are, but we'll get into that. Go through some of the differences with whatever, all of that stuff. I don't know. Eventually, we'll get into some things. Things will happen. Okay, lube. Gotta watch what I say. Okay, let's see. Parts. Another bag inside of a bag. Bags inside of bags. That's how it happens. I don't know what happens, but that's things. Before you guys ask, because I know you will ask, I'm going to try to build this with mostly stock parts other than the wheels, just because I have some available. Since I'm opening up this bag, some of you will probably ask, hey Patrick, when is Locked Up RC going to have a spool, an FI spool, that fits the Capra and the 10-2, let's see, the Capra and the 10-3. We're working on it. So it's going to be just like the 10-2 spool, it just has extra holes. So not too big of a deal. This does appear to be a higher quality part than the cast. So this is actually looks like machined steel compared to the 10-2 spools that were kind of that, you know, I think that pot metal, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. Okay, so we got some stuff and things. Let me get some little bowls ready. Little cups. One of the changes that I made up here... Did I already say this? Man, I'm going to lose my mind. I took the overhead lights that used to shine directly down and really lit all of this up. And they lit it up well, but they also gave off a lot of glare. So when I was looking back through the videos, I noticed there were... And you can still see a little bit of one... How do I outline this? Like right here, a little bit of a highlight from the light that's up there. Trying to make it so that the lighting down here is a little more even. Some of the trade-offs, though, are that it's a little more difficult for me to kind of highlight detail in a part. I have to catch the lighting that's over here a little bit better. Work in progress all the time. Okay, so we're going to assemble some things eventually. I promise. It's not just going to be me jibber-jabbering. What's up, Sean? Okay, so where do we want to go from here? I'll leave the instructions up there. Not going to be using a lot of that. Actually, I am going to be using a lot of the scissors. I suspect that we will use those a lot. So bag A1. So I mean, look, you know, if you're a new guy and you've just opened this and you have these parts in here, should I zoom in? I guess I could zoom in because there's a lot of stuff over there that you guys don't need to see. I'll zoom in at least a little bit, right? A little bit. So bag A1. Let's see. It only says bag A1. Are these other parts just bag A3, bag A2, bag A4? I mean, it's not a big deal, but you know, if it says bag A1 up here, and this is where we are, I pour everything from bag A1 in there. What, you know, why wouldn't they just say open bag A1, 2, 3, 4? Because I'm assuming the parts that I need are in 4 and 3 and 2. More scissoring. Phrasing! Over the weekend, I just started rewatching some Archer episodes, if you guys have ever seen that show. I used to really enjoy that show, but then after a couple of seasons, it just got too weird, man. Couldn't do it anymore. I mean, I still like it, but, you know, I don't know. I don't think they're making new episodes of that anymore, and that's fine. Let's see. Pour some hardware in there. But yes, one of the big things that they used to say on that show was phrasing. Whenever you would say something that could be interpreted in a different way than what you really mean. Okay, let's see. Hey, well, this could be good. Are the comments keeping up with themselves? Everybody post a comment. I'd like to see if the comments are now going to self-scroll, because I think they might, which was always a problem for me. Everybody say hi. Chime in, whatever, tell me a joke. I just want to see if it scrolls itself. Yes, it does scroll itself. Sweet. So I used to have problems keeping up with the comments. Of course, now I may miss some. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Whatever. Okay, I probably need to maintain some mild level of focus on this so that I don't do anything completely boobalicious. How's the sound, by the way, everybody? Let me know if I need to turn up gain or anything like that, because, you know, I moved the microphone in an attempt to, well, while it was rearranging some things, trying to fix some camera issues. Yeah, oh, comments. Yes, I'm excited. That means you guys can self-entertain. You don't need me anymore. Don't need me anymore. There is going to be, so for those of you that have not seen the show that are watching, basically I take this same live stream, do some very mild editing sometimes, and we repost this to YouTube. So I kind of have a way to copy the comments that you guys are posting from Facebook that are on the side. I feed them back into the stream. So that's why on Facebook you see the comments twice, but on YouTube you only see it once. So I don't think a lot of people are searching YouTube. I'm sorry. I don't think a lot of people search Facebook for a video. So Facebook videos are kind of a little bit shorter lived. I guess I could show you guys what I'm doing. So Facebook videos are a little bit shorter lived. So I figured, hey, we'll add these to YouTube and whatever. Let's see. I'm wondering, this must only be, is this only hardware for the front, or am I doing this twice? I guess we'll find out. I'm just gonna follow along the instructions, and whatever mistakes I make. Oop, that would be a bad mistake. Screwed it too big. I guess I kind of, yeah, I feel like because of what I tried to do with the lighting, I feel like it's much darker down here. I mean, I can catch the light, and you guys can see the details. Of course, this is a black part. I mean, my hands are okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this too dark right here? Should I go back to the way the lights used to be and just turn them back down? Let me know in the comments. what your thoughts are. Okay, so I mean, I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah, we are just going to go right into this. Splendid. So, front. This is our front. Hey, bearing. Go in your home. Black grease. Okay. All right. Wow, they give you a pretty good little tube of grease. How nice of them. Does anybody else have this truck? And have you already built it? If so. I need to cut the end of this off. It feels like it. Can't really see in there very well. Do I poke it? Man, I don't want to have this just go everywhere. Yeah, I definitely have to trim that. Or jab a hole in it. I don't know what would be better. Either way, as long as something comes out. Nope, not enough. Come on. Where is my... There you are. Stabber. Losing things. There we go. That's better. Oh, I've already got grease all over myself. I hope I brought some paper towels up here. Good enough. How did you, so Sean, you already have one. You built it already? How did you find the build, I guess? Let's see. 347, that's got to be this guy. I don't think these bearings are picture accurate size, but I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. Bigger. 5x14, they might be. I don't have calipers over here. They're at least close, if not perfect. Dog hair. Am I missing something? Oh, I guess you're supposed to sit. Okay, yeah. They tried to make it easy. I'm making it difficult. So you're going to have an easier time getting it assembled if you just put the diff in here and then put all of this together. Like so. That's my guess. Maybe not. Why am I having so much problems with this? There we go. And a bearing on the back. 511.4. Looks like a 510. It also looks like 510. Have I lost my mind? Maybe. No? Okay. Yes. Yes, I've lost my mind. Need to pay attention. Instructions are not the best. Fair enough. If you see me doing anything ridiculous, Sean, feel free to bombard the message section. Message section. Class 3, huh? Okay, I'm going to make a small change here. Yeah, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of that because I feel like this will be easier for you guys to see. I have to figure out some better way to diffuse the lights down here. Down here? Up here? Down here in Texas. There's Texas lights. Yeah, I think that's easier to see. We'll be back to having some shadows and whatever, but that's fine. The box is awkward. Let me see. How did I have all of these? It's been so long. Man, I can't believe how long it's been since I did a video. It's been like a month. I'm sure half of you probably thought I was dead. I did not die. And I was not close. Let's see. That feels fairly even, I think. Hard to tell on the monitor. You'll try. Fair enough. Yeah. You mean you don't have the instructions completely memorized already? Come on, Sean. Man. Grease is up here, and it's already trying to get all over everything. Sneaky, sneaky. Screws. Man, I have got to get my calipers. I am terrible about not knowing the difference between a 5 by a 3x10 and a 3x12. I don't even know what these are supposed to be. Let's see, what are these? 18s? Okay, so this would be pretty long. Well, that's in inches, Patrick. That says 20, but I doubt that. No, 18. Okay. So 4 of these. If you don't have calipers and you're doing a build like this, like run on down to Harbor Freight or Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever and buy some. You'll be a lot happier that you did. And I say that because when Jackie built the Capra, bless her heart, I went back through it and I found some screws that had punched through, I guess, in different places, only because, well, I guess, the screw links are kind of hard to determine, and if you've got a big pile of them and you don't have a way to measure them, you could easily put something that's just a little bit long and punch through, and that's no fun. I am not doing a good job of being centered, am I? I hate these things. Do they need to be this long? It seems unnecessary. Yes, I know I should have an electric screwdriver. I thought about using one for this, but, I mean, this is how I get the Popeye forearms. Which, is the whole reason that my wife married me. Because I can crush things. No, I don't know. I don't know why she married me. It's probably because I'm so handsome. That's it. I am also because I have such mature interests, and women are attracted to that. Gosh, I should have brought a beer up here for Snickers because I'm not going anywhere for a while. Not a fan of these super long screws. Of course, I guess, to inspect the differential, it's still faster to take these 4 screws out than it would have been to disassemble an entire old SCX10 housing that you had to do. Woo! Okay, good show. Yeah, they probably would overheat. Now you go really slow. It's just more of the, eventually my arm's going to wear out. Okay, that's one. Almost not done. Nope, not even close. Let's see. More parts. Knocking stuff over. Apparently it's time for these, which I do have some prototype parts somewhere. I guess I could just put those on, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to keep this, whatever, stock-ish, other than the wheels and tires, or the wheels. I don't know why I can't pick that up. Maybe because my arm is exhausted. Let's see. 14 5x10s. I just turned this off and now I need it. Yeah, that battery is going to last a long time. Let's see. These are 10s. Okay, so I need 4 of these. For this. Now look, I know that when they make these, they probably tend to try to not put a bag with 8mm and 10mm long screws together, but sometimes they just put the wrong screws in. And it's not just Axial, it's everyone. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. Let's see. Need that. Don't need that. What else? Bearings. The big one should be obvious. What else do we need? So that must be the front, so that's the rear diff. 5 by 13. Okay, so 2 of these. Oh, 1, right? Oh, 2. Tricked myself. Am I supposed to do both of these at the same time? I guess so. We're going to do one at a time. Let's see. 5 by 11. Okay. And 1, 2 pins. Wait, extra? Yeah. This bag. I don't. Why did they name the bag? Yeah, whatever. They named the bags and the steps like the same things, but they don't exactly go together. What is okay? So these are stubs. Okay, which should be all I need for the moment. Stub pin. Gonna go into a gear. And then we have this goes on the outside. Oh yeah, I forgot about these little guys. They just sit in here. Oh, I mean, do I really need to put that in right now? I guess so, because I'm going to have a bearing in there. Oh, that's right. The bearing goes in. It's like something's not right here. So really the first thing you need to do is put these larger bearings in, and then you can drop these things on, and that way they don't fall out. That makes more sense. Not thinking clearly today. Great day to build a truck. Okay. Rinse and repeat. Let's see. We've got some screws to put in. Use a 3mm tap. Okay. Hi, Mike. We are building an SCX10-III, and I am doing a poor job of keeping things in the center. Maybe, am I too far away? I don't know. I guess I could probably tweak the camera. But you know, that's just changing something else. Oh, Sean, you already answered. Thank you, Sean. See, I don't even need to respond to the comments anymore. Sean, you can just be my voice, and I'll sit here and just turn wrenches and talk. Did anybody do anything fun today? So it was supposed to rain all day here in Central Texas. It rained a little bit. So we didn't really get to do anything because it's difficult to make plans when you kind of can't go anywhere, and if you do, you're going to get rained on. We pressure washed part of the house. That was exciting. I mean, it looks better, so it's good, but it's not exciting. Yeah, I guess, Sean, I'm gonna have to figure out. So this, correct me if I'm wrong. This comes with a dig, and you have the option of doing dig or 2-speed. Is that right? I have not looked into this kit a whole lot. I know that's terrible. Things have been a little busy for me recently. But that's what I feel like I remember. Or I guess you can run both if you have the radio and servo capacity. Capacita. Let's see. I mean, after you do one, the second one's pretty easy. He says, And then he can't get it together. What did I do? Yay! Painted the creep body for my 10-3. Sweet. I have not seen pictures of that. Did I grab the wrong bearing? Completely. Yes. Right after I just said how easy it is to do the second one once you've done one. You know what? That's fine. It's still going to work. Maybe. Why do I keep saying these things and jinxing myself? Did I knock that out of the pin? What's the problem here? Something's not happy. It feels like it's down all the way. Did I put this gear on backwards? Is there a difference? Ah, that's what happened. That would make sense. There's no problem. Move along. Nothing to see here. Much better. Okay, 5x10, 2.5. Yes. That was the right cap. I just let a pin slip out the back of the gear. Rookie mistake. Check the number on the cap. The caps are different? How are the caps different? 1, 2. How can they be different? They look exactly the same. I don't see any difference. Is there a left and right? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, I just put a 1 and 2. Need to post them on the team driver page, getting everything ready for nationals if they aren't canceled again. Yeah, Sean, please do. Michael, what's the difference between the two sides? Because I'm not experiencing any issues based on any sort of difference that I can tell at the moment. And I definitely don't see, let's see. Oh, okay. So there was a 1. Oh, so are the 1s supposed to go on the front and the 2s go on the back? Yes. Great. Well, that means one of these is incorrect. Although I still don't see a difference. Well, I guess we'll have to take it apart. A little lip on the top. Okay, well, thank you for telling me, because that will allow me to find the difference. I'm looking for the difference. Does anyone else see a difference? Little lip on the top. And these look exactly the same to me. When you say top, do you mean, well, whatever. It's in the instructions, so we want to do it right. We will remove and repeat. 1 in front, 2 in back. I got me 2. Yeah, I'm going to have to inspect these a little more closely because, man, I can't see any difference in them. I definitely don't remember. Well, I guess Jackie built the Capra, so I don't remember any difference. Is the lip on the inside or the outside? On the inside, okay. I wonder why that was necessary. I see. So these are both fronts. That's a back, which means the one that I already completely assembled is also a back. I don't know why that lip would really be necessary or how it would make that much difference. Okay, so I see. So the rear fits on the front. Wait. Yeah. So front caps do not fit on the rear. Alrighty. Well, since this is a number 1, I guess we can put this one back together. And we have to take this one apart. Yay! Oh, this is going to be fun if it's got a whole lot of things like that. Look for the small number 1. I mean, it says it right there in the instructions. I guess I just didn't see it on the part. Why would they make them different? What is the benefit? Really? Why would they make them different? I mean, you'd think even from the molding standpoint, it would make more sense to make all the covers the same. But what do I know? I mean, I know some things, but I miss some things. You don't think the cappers are different? I'll check the instructions. I'm curious. I'm curious to know why they changed it. I wonder if, you know, a different fitment of these somehow gives it more strength. Anyway. Oh, crap. Which one did I just finish? Do I have to take this one apart? I think it's this one. Shit. Well, the knuckles are going to be well threaded by the time I'm done with this. So it will make inspecting these much more easy. Much easier. Not much more easy. I don't know. Gonna burn up all my wrist power on this. How far in are we? 40 minutes. And I've got one differential in and one knuckle assembled. Oh my god. This is going to be like a 12 episode build. I'll be done with this by Christmas. You know, I guess most of us are just so used to running through these things. Probably don't look for small little details like a difference in the covers. Okay, so that's a rear. Yay, I guessed correctly. Woof. So I mean I'm curious. I can't see it. I know why it's different. You guys want to know why it's different? Does anybody want to know why the front and rear cases are different and the covers are different? This is just me speculating. I'm thinking, so I'm looking at the front and the rear case, and because the rear case is a little bit thicker, Let's see, how would that work out? That's bigger. I'm wondering if they're planning on doing some sort of really small overdrive setup with different gearing, and if that's why the cases are a little different. I mean, because if you look at, let me see if I can zoom in on this so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, well, we can't zoom in a whole lot further, but at least a little bit. If you look at, and it's going to be hard to see down in there, but if you look at the size of the, you know, the space, I guess, around this, the top gear in the front versus the back. I mean, this is just bored out larger, just period. I mean, maybe part of it's to get the bearing in there. I don't know. It seems like somehow this could lend itself to be different types of gear options down the road. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see. We still have to put this together with the correct covers. But you know, the capper uses that same size bearing, so that's got to be the same way. So maybe it's like that on the capper, and maybe we all just got lucky. I don't know. Or maybe the capper rear axles, which I think I have one. I was just curious. I can't help it. So the capper rear axle, yeah, it looks like it's built the same way. I don't know about the covers. Someone should check and let the rest of us know. If you've got a 10-III and a Capra, go check it out. Let us know if the covers are the same front rear thing that this has. I'm just curious. Yeah, I need to adjust the cam. This is, I'm having to like stretch out to get things in focus for you guys. I'll have to mess with the camera for the next show because, you know, I keep forgetting and then I'm off center. You can use the already available OD gears for the Capra. Yeah, no, well, wait. Yeah. Are you, I know they have differential gears, Sean, but I'm just wondering if there's a way to do something also with the gears inside the portals. I have some of those overdrive gears. I need to add those to the store. I keep forgetting. I'll get on that this week. If anyone's waiting for overdrive gears, got some somewhere. I have to add them. Okay, so we've got our two knuckles assembled after just a small, mild bit of stupidity on my part. These things happen. Okay. Check it out. We are on page 10 of, what did I say, 67 pages? Let's see how tight this is. First of all, that's the wrong side. Okay, well, they go in and out pretty easily. So that means, you guys, if you know me, you know what that means. Stay tuned. We'll figure it out eventually. Let's see. Kingpins. Oh, we got to put bearings in there. I mean, do we really need the bearings in there? I don't know. But we'll put them because they tell us to. Okay. I should have seen that coming, but I didn't. I will say I kind of miss the days of the screws with the bushings, so that the bushing would wear out and you wouldn't be wearing out the tab, I guess, of the inner C. But they are plastic inner C's anyway, so what you gonna do? I should have made Jackie build this. Actually, I was gonna have Jackie build this truck, but with all of the lockdown, whatever, quarantine, social distancing stuff, we are actually working in totally separate rooms, so we don't even see each other during the day for the most part. Idiot! Put it on backwards. Yeah, that looks right, huh? Oh man, what's the average price to build one of these guys from parts? I don't know. From parts? What do you mean? Like sourcing individual parts? So this kit MSRP is wait, no. I took the sticker off. I don't remember what it is. It's $300. Can't remember. It's $299 or $399. You'd think I'd know, but I don't remember. Yeah, for anyone that wasn't paying attention, like me, I just put the knuckle on the wrong side because I wasn't paying attention. I get distracted looking up to see if you guys are commenting. So I don't want to miss things you guys are saying. I think when I go to do the dad joke, I may have to adjust this camera up here, so I can't keep my arms extended like this forever. I'd have to have really ripped shoulders, and I don't. I guess I could zoom out a little bit. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Good. 1. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sean. I was not aware of that. I have been kind of deep in my own little world of wheel designs and have not been keeping up with the things everyone else is making. Whoa, almost stabbed myself. That would have been awesome. Ripped my hand open on live stream. $369 for the kit. Okay, that's what I thought I remembered. I can hear my elbow cracking. Okay, front axle. Bam. It's time for some water. We've been doing this almost an hour. Time flies when you're having fun, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, we're going to throw in a little bit of locked up RC-ness, not advertising, whatever, something, things. I don't have any pretty pictures, but I do have some things to show you guys. So, coming soon to Locked Up RC on the site, hopefully soon. You guys will probably recognize these wheels. This is the Mach, and this is the Diffuser Plus. So these are obviously both black, and they're done. We need to package them and add them to the store. I'm hoping that will happen this week. We'll see. I don't know. Here's a teaser too. For those of you that were wondering some of the things that we're going to be doing with those FMJ rings. This is some 3D printed parts that I painted. Sadly, I painted it with a gloss black. But this whole military look thing, I think, is really coming along. This is going to be a pretty cool piece. I'd show you guys features, but I will wait till I actually have a, I'll call it a production prototype. As I said, that is a 3D printed piece, so it's early prototype. But anyway, things are coming. The British are coming. The British are coming. No, I don't know. Something. Things will happen. Things, stuff and things. Might be a little easier on my arms now. Nope, still reaching out. Yeah. I'll adjust the camera for next time. Okay, so where are we? So we're doing this again, and that's fine. Hey, Sean, since you've built one of these already, I am interested in your, what am I looking for here? Time-wise, how long do you think the build took you in its entirety? I suspect this is going to take me much longer than it would take a normal person, simply because I am trying to do things on camera and respond to comments and that sort of stuff. But I'm partly curious because I'd like to try to minimize the number of shows that this takes. Of course, I guess knowing how long it's going to take doesn't allow me to minimize the number of the amount of time, but you know, I'm hoping for like 3 shows. I don't know, maybe 3 2-hour shows. If I can do this for 2 hours, maybe less. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. Sean, if you like the black ones, wait till you see the or maybe did you see the ones that I teased with? They are nice. I'm gonna have a tip for you guys once I bust those out, as far as how you can get some of your own and not have it be insanely expensive. The splash anodized. I'm not saying cheap, I'm just saying not insanely expensive. There is a difference. So, you know, most, well, I'll talk about it when I get there. I don't want to distract myself, because then I'll just make more careless errors, you know. Should have greased that after I put the bearings on, but I didn't. Nothing to see here on the bottom of my chair. There's no gum or grease or anything down there. No. It's all clean. Okay. And now time for my favorite screws. Eight hours? Okay, that sounds about right. No, Darwin, I am not using Loctite. I generally tend to snug diff screws, and that's it. I have not had a differential screw back out on me, and that's even using the 3-screw versions. So we'll see what happens with the 6. Maybe it will require some mild Loctite. I tend to avoid Loctite as much as possible. I mean, unless it's something I never, ever, ever, ever want to take apart. But I mean, I always end up taking everything apart. Wrist is making a lovely cracking sound. It's good. Getting old is awesome. Yep. These screws. Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that. Should have brought some coffee up here. I need a coffee person. Okay. Getting close to having 2 axles done. Won't that be fantastic? Let's see. I'm guessing, man, they use a lot of bearings in here. See, these are the kind of bearings that I don't know that they're really necessary. And it's a plastic housing, so that's fine, but maintaining the tolerance on that throughout a metal housing would be a fun challenge, I'm sure. Let's see. Oh, no, I tricked myself. I don't need that bearing there. Okay. It's just that it's recessed for it. That actually makes more sense. So that would be, having another bearing there would be just overkill. And if you had the slightest wobble in your axle shaft, it would be immediately problematic. Hey Ray, how's it going, man? What? Darwin, I'm confused. They make other colors than red. What? Did I miss a comment? Let's see, not using. Oh, yeah. Loctite. Okay. Never mind. Not confused anymore. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I guess if something comes apart on me and I have to reassemble it, maybe I'll put Loctite in it, but I don't know. I've never been more frustrated than when I've been unable to take a screw out of something because it was Loctited in by a previous owner. I've lost screws, but then I just go get another screw and I put it in. Now, in a differential, yeah, maybe if a screw came out, it could wreak some sort of havoc, but those screws are backed up right against a bearing, so they're not really going to come out that far. You'd start hearing some sort of noise if a screw was coming out. I don't know. Doesn't see properly with the bearing there. Fair enough. Yeah. Thank you, Sean. So everybody's different. I mean, I know people that Loctite the bejesus out of everything and they're fine with it because they know they've done it and that's how it is. And they don't ever have anything come apart. But I guess to each his own. There's no necessarily right or wrong answer to a lot of these things. stab myself one of these days. One of these days. You know how many times I've had a tool slip out and stab myself? I'm kind of surprised I don't have scars all over the inside of my hands from that. One down, one to go. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually really surprised at the bearing movement in here. I mean, you know, I guess with metal housing or metal covers or knuckles or whatever, you really don't have any forgiveness with a tolerance on metal parts. Plastic, they usually kind of undersize it a little because you're popping the part in there. All my other bearings have snapped in. This one's already loose. Did anybody else run across that? I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, that's not earth-shattering. It's just not consistent with the other bearings so far. Whatever. I forgot to put my pin in. No, that was my last bearing to put in, and all of the other ones fit. We have only used 5x11 and 5x13 so far, although, or no, there was also a 5x14. But none of those would have even come close to fitting in there. I mean, it was the right size, it was just a little bit looser than I would have expected. Probably not going to make a huge difference in the long run. You know, it is grease. What are you talking about, grease? I like to lubricate my gears with the Austin Creek water. It's got this like different type of lubrication that it provides. Yeah, no, I didn't grease them because I'm building this stock, but I'm going to go back with some of our prototype parts, and if I grease those bearings now, when I go to take it apart, it's just going to be a mess. So I'm skipping the grease on the portals. I did lube the diffs because I probably won't be taking those apart for a while, but we'll see. I mean, I guess I could have put a little grease in there. It's not going to kill anything. Yes, this is a 10.3. Gee, you know. Drop my tool. For anyone that has been wondering, or if you haven't already seen, the difference between... Oh, you know what? This has covers in it. I should have opened this earlier. So, Capra axle. If you're curious about the width difference, metal on metal for the win. Yeah, baby. If you're curious about the difference between... Oh, well, you know, it's already there. Just so you can kind of see the difference. Definitely wider. I mean, I'm guessing 35 millimeters, somewhere around there. So about a little more than 1.25 inches. That is not an exact measurement. obviously. But yeah, I was curious about the rear covers on these. Yeah, these do, the rears on this do have a 2. So I'm guessing that the cover thing, whatever you want to call it, is also true on the capper. Just because I have some stuff to show you guys later. While I'm up, I figured I'd get it. Because I don't want to forget. Because I tend to forget things. Okay, so we got our 2 axle housings assembled. We are up to page 13. I think it's time for a dad joke. Whew. Hopefully I did it right this week. Hey, I did it right. Dad joke of the week. You know what vegetarian zombies eat? Grains. Oh, these are getting worse. Whew. I am going to have to find a new source for dad jokes because I feel like these every week are just getting more and more daddish. I guess that's the point, you know. Shocks. Let's build some shocks. Where are we on time? We're an hour in. We'll keep going. Feeling okay. Let's see. What bag do we need? Bag A7. A7. Where are you? Well, this looks like shocks, but it says... Oh, wait. No, we need bag B1. This is the correct bag. I was looking at the wrong thing. Me? Make a mistake? No. Lovely, lovely. And I've still got some oil over there. This is 35. I've got some 30 over there. I'll probably just use that. Sean, how did you find the oil to be? Did you use the stock oil or did you change it out for something? So I have some 30 and some 10 that I could use. So I don't have to open these, and I won't, because it's just one less thing to leak goo all over my workbench. I keep losing my scissors. It's kind of, you wouldn't think I would, as shiny as these are. I definitely feel like these are like old late. These probably were. What were these? Why do they have the black thing on them? I don't even know. It's not doing anything. Why is it on there? Who put it on there? Kids. Yeah, be careful when you're emptying this bag because it has all of your little O-rings in it. Just make sure you don't lose any. Eclipse for the win. Yay! I'm sure we'll lose a couple of those behind me. Okay. Step 1, get a box. Okay. You know, if they're gonna send these like this with the cap screwed on, why don't they just, I don't know. Why don't they just put the O-rings in too? And do we have different O-rings somewhere? Yes, okay. These are the plastic dampers, okay. So if I'm understanding the instructions correctly, I'm gonna have a cap, an O-ring, one of the little plastic It's not a damper, it's a spacer. Look good, right? Something like that. $40 and $50. Okay. So my 30 will not be enough. More than likely. Well, wait, you said you were doing a class 3. So you're going to have a whole lot more meat on those tires than I will. So I'll try the 30 because you know what? I'm not using shock oil. Ah, he's crazy. Yeah, I am. You're crazy. Where did my professional E-clip losing device go? Love these things. You know, if you're having problems getting the E-clips on the shock shaft, use your teeth. Just bite it on there. I guess I remember being a kid and trying to get like certain Legos separated. I couldn't get them apart and just bite down on that thing. And my parents came in and they're like, no! Because teeth are expensive. I don't know. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. So I'm probably doing something wrong. If you guys see me doing something wrong, feel free to post up. Yeah, nope, I'm good. Man, I haven't looked through a microscope in a real microscope. I've got like a crappy USB microscope I was playing around with. It's only 6.5. All right, well. That is pretty light. So then, well, whatever. I'll see how they come out. I can always adjust the oil later. I mean, honestly, half of my shocks end up leaking oil and I like don't replace it. And then they really do fill up with Austin Creek water. And then they leak back out. It's fine. You know. Only the best. Wait, so I didn't really do this in any particular order. I probably should just, you know, focus on one thing at a time. But I am one that falls victim to the damn squirrels that run by and distract me. It is their fault, not mine. I can't be held responsible for my own actions. It's ludicrous. I guess I'm not doing that on camera, am I? I keep forgetting. I guess I could just do one all the way and then screw the cap on. That way I know which one I've done. Man, they give you just enough of all of these, which is fine, but I guess I got used to building kits in the old days where you'd have like a parts tree that would have a whole lot of spares. Although, you know, they usually do give you some spare stuff. Especially these little clear O-rings. I feel like that could so easily get lost. Wouldn't be upset if there were spares in there. But anyway. Enough about me. How are you guys? Green springs in the front, red in the rear. It will be done, sir. I just now randomly started thinking about the movie Fletch. Have you guys seen that? I think all this talk about oil and viscosity has me thinking about the part where he goes to the airplane hangar and tells the guys to get him like a couple quarts of Prestone, or no, make it Quaker State. I don't remember. Something like that. Good movie if you haven't seen it. Fletch. Old movie, Chevy Chase. It's ridiculous. But that's kind of stuff that I like to watch. Let's see. Yeah, man. You know, you used to get like Eclipse and you'd need, what, 8? And they'd give you like this little tape thing and have like 20 on there. They individually counted the Eclipse. That's not fun to have to do. Of course, I guess at this point, you know, a lot of us have so many spare parts it doesn't really matter. But if this was the first kit you were building, that could suck if you lost one little E-clip. I'm good at losing stuff, Sean, so I'm probably going to be losing some things, and that's fine. Let's see. Where were we on time? Hour 20. Okay. Definitely need to adjust the camera. Let's see. I am guessing that. Well, where are these going to go? Wait a second. In the caps. That makes sense. Go in your home. My O-ring is not wanting to sit down, which that's not really making me happy. Guess I could just, I feel like that's a bad idea, but I'll just press it in place using the shock bucket. Yes, I'm going to put oil in there, Sean. Whatever. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna use 30 because I have some. Yes, have some. I should have seen that coming. All I was trying to do was just lube up the tunnel a little bit. That is awesome. Probably looked like a cat jumping when the toaster goes off. Yay! Are these ports actually functional to help get air out, Sean? Laces are out. I'm cranking metallic helps build process. Yes. Oh, let's see. Paper towel, paper towel. Well, that's not what I was planning on. Whatever. Paper towel, microfiber cloth, all the same thing. Green slime. Green slime. What? Green slime. What is this green slime you're talking about that you speak of? Oh yeah, that's nice. Nice. It's nice. Did I get any on my face? I don't think I did. It's close though. Shaft. Green slime on the O-rings shaft. What? What are you talking? What are you talking about? Green slime. What green slime? No. Are these caps functional? What's the? Yeah, they are. There's a little air hole. Oh, sweet. So actually, you can get all of the air out. Nice. That is pretty cool. So I guess you can adjust how much pressure you want, right? I have to play with that later when we get to actually tuning it. For now, I'm just going to lube things up. Wheel bearing grease or the equivalent on the O-ring helps keep the fluid from falling out. Fair enough. When I get to shock tuning, I will touch on that. For now, just want to get this built. Haha. See what other kind of damage I can do to myself here. See if I can get another one to shoot up to the sky. So all I was really trying to do was draw a little bit of oil. There we go. Just to lubricate the sides, the O-rings, and everything. There we go. I'm doing it a little bit smarter this time. Just a little bit, not much. I also didn't really pay attention to how much shock oil I put in the other side. So as I said, most of my shocks honestly end up losing all of the shock oil. I don't know where it goes. Almost forgot to put the O-ring in. Then it definitely would have been leaking. That would have been just a total clusterfuck. Now it's not family friendly. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Well, you know, if I crank up the Metallica, you guys wouldn't be able to hear what I'm saying. That, you know, that wouldn't be any good. We don't want that. Right? Nobody wants that. So I will tell you that I generally tend to way underfill my shocks. Oh, I put a little more in this one than I really wanted to already, but that's okay. Just trying to get a little bit of lubrication down into the O-rings. There we go. What am I looking for? Oh, did I put the, yeah. I did not put the O-ring in the last shock and nobody noticed. You guys have to watch me. Just letting me get away with things. And I don't remember which one it was, so I get to take them all apart. Yay. Seems like I'm doing a whole lot of taking everything apart when I'm almost done with everything. Okay, well, I know that one has an O-ring. Let's see. Man, I can't tell. Nope, that's it. First try, first try. Now I'm wishing there was not oil in there so that I could, well, really don't want to cut the O-ring. Gentle. There we go. Alrighty then. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, you guys are really gonna like my shock pliers. You know, I know a lot of people have very nice shock pliers. No, just kidding. Yeah, this is what I use for my shock pliers. I'm terrible to shocks. I know this is why they leak, but that's okay. I used to actually have some of the real shock pliers, and I will say that they are helpful. I mean, I guess I could get more of them, but ow. Especially for situations like this where my hands get all greasy. It's usually not so bad once they get started. There we go. But if you don't have shock pliers and you want to know why they are useful, so if you use regular pliers or vice grips or whatever, if you have to use them, like what I'm doing, try to keep them as low as possible or as close to the rod end as possible. And the reason is that when you're not using the actual shock shaft pliers, if the shaft spins in my little needle nose pliers, basically what's happening is I'm getting little tiny cuts in the shock shaft. And then every single time that the shock compresses and extends, did I not tighten this? Every time it compresses and extends, you are going to get, you're going to tear up the O-rings that are in the bottom of the shock, and eventually they're going to leak. Can actually bleed a little bit of air and or fluid out of this one. Interesting. One of them seems to be compressing more than the other one, and they were all built exactly the same. I'm not sure why that would happen. Are the shock bodies all the same, or is there any difference? They all look exactly the same to me. The caps look exactly the same. Yeah, even these, that's interesting. So even these, as I'm compressing them, one of them has a little bit more thread sticking out than the other one. Hard to see, I know. One of them has a little bit more thread sticking out than the other. They're completely compressed. I built them both exactly the same. I don't know why it would do that. Unless I just didn't screw down this one as tightly. I mean, it's possible. That's really pretty tight. Maybe a slight difference in the shock shafts. So the same thing is noticeable on these. One of them is compressing more than the other. I couldn't tell you why. I didn't check the shafts when I started this. They're all the same, but they're not. Oh, but they aren't. They're supposed to be the same, but something is different. And I couldn't tell you what. What was I doing? This. I mean, the rod ends definitely look the same. I don't know. It's interesting. Well, so, I mean, the oil, yes, could possibly prevent it from compressing as easily, but, I mean, that's not, I mean, it's super easy, and then it stops. Super easy, stops, super easy, stops, but doesn't go in quite as far. I don't know. Two of them are similar, or yeah, whatever. Well, so what I'm going to do is, in a second, when I'm done with this, the ones that aren't compressing quite as far, I'm just going to back that screw out. I mean, it's not, if it was getting proportionally harder as I got closer to it stopping, then I'd say, okay, yeah, maybe it's just the oil has reached its maximum compression, but it's super easy and then it just stops. So something is different. I don't know what. Slight differences in things, maybe. You know, I mean, it very well could just be that the threads on the shafts are different because I stopped in different places or something like that. I mean, so like this is one of the ones that's closer. Let's see. Or I guess that bottoms out sooner, right? And there's still a thread visible at the very bottom. Whereas this one is this one of the ones? So I think these two are closer to the same. So this one has no threads left. I mean, you know, if it was the oil and I backed this off, then oil would shoot out everywhere and I'd be able to compress this, but I can't. I still can't compress it anymore. That's it. I don't know. Something's different. So I'm going to take the two that are the same and, you know, put them in the front and whatever. Okay, so these two are shorter. This one's shorter, so I'm going to butt that up all the way so that I know. So the two shorter ones, I'm going to just put the adjustment collars up all the way. The two longer ones, I'm going to leave the adjustment collars down just a little bit because I think these are, oh, that one's really short. Never mind. Great. Well, they're all different. Shit. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Like I said, so this one is the longest. I don't know why it won't compress all the way. It's not oil. What? This, okay. Something, I know what's happening. Figured it out. There doesn't seem to be a cap in this one. This one that is the shortest, I bet there's 2 O-rings. Did I say there's not a cap? There's no O-ring in this cap. I bet this one has 2. Somehow that must be what I did. I don't really see one in there. Man, it's hard to see stuff. Try to do this gently so that I don't lose too much oil. Or not gently, whatever. I'm gonna angle these things a little bit so that I don't lose oil everywhere. I don't know. Somehow, I thought I put 4 O-rings in. So that looks like it has one. So I'm going to close it. Set it aside. So I'm betting that these 2 are correct. This long one, maybe this has, wait, I thought I just took this off and it didn't have one. Haha, that's what happened. This has 2, okay. Well, I'm glad I took them apart. You gotta watch me. See, when you guys aren't paying attention, that's when I forget to do things. Put 2 O-rings in 1 cap. Rookie mistake, rookie mistake. Well, I guess the good news is that I found it. I would hazard to guess that lots of people do that and never even notice. Yes. Gravy. All right. Shocks. Ugh. So messy. Yeah, these feel pretty stiff. Why'd they use Christmas colors? I mean, I'm okay with that. Christmas is coming, technically. All the time. Just leaving tools all over the place. It's always something super simple. Oh, put the wrong one away. Yeah, I suspect the transmission is probably going to be like a whole show. Based on this. I guess I could have put the ball ends in the rod ends before I assembled it, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, this has got goo on it now. too far. That would have been funny. Put one in upside down. Or not one in upside down, but put a bottom on the top. Whatever. Whatever. That did not really seat well. Forgot to check to make sure that the spring keepers were actually down on the rod ends all the way. I mean, it's not earth-shattering, but if we're going to have all the shocks be the same, we may as well make sure they're all the same. Like this one, that was not. Getting sloppy. It's getting late. It's because I'm so old. I'm not that old, no. Oh yeah. Almost thumbs up, son. Oh, I guess I can zoom back out. I'm probably doing a worse than usual, normal, whatever, job, not staying centered. Let's see. I'm guessing 2 go one way and 2 go the other. Of course, you can always spin it, but I don't know. I like things to be symmetric side to side, so I'm going to try to set these up so that I have 2 one way and 2 the other. So this one will go the other way because it is red spring. And when I say the other way, I'm basing it off of the, I guess I'll call it the pressure relief screw. And yet, I made them both the same. Come on, Patrick. Get it together, man. Can I just press that in with my thumb? Yeah, okay. Using a tool when you don't need one. Easy enough. 4 shocks, 2 axles. And now the transmission. I think, yeah, we're in 1:45. So what I'm going to do is, I think we'll probably call it for the night. When I say think, I mean we're calling it for the night. We'll get to more later. Ooh. Forgot that I got shock oil all over this. It's nothing to see here. It's fine. Fine. So what I was going to do earlier, or I guess what I alluded to earlier was, I think I already showed you guys these at the top. So these are some of our mock wheels that I got splash anodized. And look, we get people asking us all the time for different color anodizing and things like that. There's only so much we can actually stock. We are not a huge company. We only have so much warehouse spacing, and especially for something that's, you know, pretty trick, fly, whatever you want to call it, like this, I couldn't stock these. It'd be too expensive. So this was splash anodized by Travis Bateman at Bateman Custom Coatings. I had him do a set of these for this truck because this is probably going to be my color scheme for this truck. I know, it's like locked up RC colors. That's the idea. So I had him do those for this truck. And I also had him do, and I didn't bring all of them over here, but just for fun, kind of a teaser, whatever. I had him do a set of these in black and gold, and these are going to go on my original SCX10 because it kind of fits the build to have something gold and black on there. They have gold wheels right now. Another thing that I'm going to show you guys is this set that I had him do. And these are actually a new wheel that we don't have out yet. This is going to be called, I don't know yet. I don't know yet? Yeah, no, I don't know yet. I don't know what yet. Gridlock rings that I also had him do. And I did some different finishes on these things. So some of them are different levels of glossy versus not. All of these are matte because I had them, I didn't have them, because I cindered them first, basically. These wheels, I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. These may go on a 1.9 Wraith because this actually matches the original Wraith color scheme. So they may go on there. Anyway, if you guys are interested in getting a set of wheels anodized and you're buying wheels from us, yes, we normally have black and we have raw in various shininess, I guess. You want to make sure if you're going to get a set of wheels from us, get a wheel that has a groove like this. So some of our older wheels are just a solid body, which means all of the little holes are not through holes, right? So these, because there's a groove, the holes are drilled through, and they're actually through holes. They're not straight through, but they're through. So it's a whole lot easier for the guys that are anodizing, as this goes in and out of the bath, to blow all of the fluids out of these holes. If they can't blow the fluids out of the holes easily, basically when they go to dip it in the dye, it blows out and you get shitty anodizing. And that's no good for anybody. And it's not that the anodizing is shitty, it's that the wheel is not well equipped to be anodized. So all of our internal wheels also have a groove. It's a little different, but the groove is there. Same thing applies with those. But if you get one of our really, really old wheels that's a solid body, like our 8L stuff, or the wheels I think we have listed on the site that are like heavy or whatever, those are harder to anodize. So where I was going with this is basically that I'm, I guess, going to give the thumbs up recommendation, whatever. Bateman's Custom Coatings, I will put a link to his Facebook page when I add this to YouTube. If you're interested in getting something splash anodized or single color anodized or whatever, one of the reasons that I'm recommending Travis Bateman at Bateman's Custom Coatings is that he has a really low setup fee. Most of the time, if you go to get something anodized at a big shop, they're going to have a minimum, and it's usually at least $65. Sometimes it's higher. Travis's minimum, at least as of the time that I'm releasing this video, it's basically $25 for a setup fee, which is really, really cheap. Ship them to him, he'll do the work, he'll ship them back. Now, a single color is much cheaper than something like this. To do something like this is a little more pricey. You can talk with him about pricing, 1, 2 colors, whatever, all of that stuff. He also sent me some color chips, and it's because I asked for them, because I wanted to know what my options are when I get things from him in the future. I don't know that he'll send these out to everybody, but he sent them to me. So he's got lots of different colors. He can send you pictures, all of that stuff. So again, just a recommendation for Bateman's Custom Coatings. Give him a shout on Facebook, and I will add a link when we get this onto YouTube. And I think that's it. I don't really have any more. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them up in here on Facebook or on YouTube. I will respond whenever I see it. We will continue this build next week. Maybe I'll do a little bit of research. I don't know. Hey, I'm just now noticing. I'm just now looking in the box and finding things. Literally opening Pandora's box, which I should not do. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. We'll continue working on this truck. Sorry, I'm checking things over here, making sure I didn't miss anything. That's all I've got. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. Not sure if you want to subscribe yet? Check out one of these videos. Thank you for watching.